Welcome back, and we are officially 1 week away from the Easter break. The excitement has started, and we know one of the hotspots in Belize undoubtedly is La Isla Bonita, San Pedro. Joining us from the San Pedro Town Council, we have no stranger to everybody, Jorge Aldana, here to tell us about what we can expect on the island.
Morning, Marlene. Morning, Kevin.
We'll expect more energy than that, right?
Yes,
I know you're a night owl, but, try. But Jorge, tell us. I want to ask the basic question. Is there even room left on San Pedro at this point in time?
There's still rooms left. There's San Pedro have over almost a little bit over 2,000 beds. And while we are in the middle of the high season, there are still beds available in San Pedro. You just have to call and do your booking. What we find out is that the more reasonable hotels are the first to go.
Okay.
And you'll have to find in the resorts. And there is prices for range from 100 to 300, the 5 stars hotels and so forth, depending what you want. And some you get different packages that goes along with them. You have access to pool and so forth.
But Jorge, nobody will be sleeping in San Pedro this Easter. That's not what you do in San Pedro. There's a list of things that you do in San Pedro.
And sleeping is not
Sleeping is to the bottom of the list.
And
people like me anything.
Well, when you get old, like us, we sleep, right?
Like, there's a different...
So tell us about the lineup for the weekend.
So every year, the San Pedro Town Council tries to organize Easter event, more than one events for the year. But we realized that Easter is one of the bigger events for the council. And so we once again came together with the DJs Association of Hamburg Whiskey in collaboration with Higher Level Songs, who is the promoting agent, and the Honorable Minister of Tourism. We have partnered to put together a well-organized Easter event for this year. And we have a mixture of entertainers from Belize City, from Dangriga, Orange Rock, Corozal, and of course we have some talent coming in from Miami. If you are in the party family and clubbing family, you will hear the name Champion Squad. They're one of the bigger entertainers in Miami, and Passport Gang. And they're a bunch of DJs. Passport Gang is a group of DJs from Miami, and so we are getting some of them coming in for this event. And
if we look at this flyer, I mean, there are so many DJs. This is all 1 day?
2 days.
2 days, okay.
But most of them, like Passport Gang and Champion Squad, the group coming in, they will be entertaining for both days, and they're the highlight with 2 of our Belizean DJs as well, no?
And then if you look at this flyer, the 2,000 beds, half of them are already gone with just the DJs coming in.
And remember, it's 12 hours, from 12 midday to 12 at night. And after 12, people go to clubs and so forth. So it's on the beach. We try to end off our event at 12 midnight so that everybody could get a piece of the pie in terms of the tourism dollars, no?
Okay.
And this is all free, by the way.
This is March 31st and April 1st. So that's Holy Saturday and Easter Sunday. And I love your venue. It's the whole beachfront.
The whole beachfront.
But it's an island. So which part of the beachfront you talking about?
Okay, when you from around Cholos, which has been an icon for the island for many years, from Cholos right down to all that coming south from Cholos on that beach.
Okay.
So we have done some beach reclamation and so forth, and so it's a nice beach.
Yeah.
And so that's the venue that we chose. We have moved away from doing stuff on our parks. We have a child-friendly municipality, so we can't sell alcohol. We have to have more child-friendly events on the park. So this does not fit into that. So we have to use other venues, and the beach. Why not use the beach? And that is something that is iconic of San Pedro, no?
Now, as an all-day party, it's not just going to be music. You have like games and giveaways, and tell us about some of the other things that will be incorporated.
We have Project X. I don't know if you know about Project X. It's a lot of neon paint and painting and the guns, the power guns with water and so forth. So we have over 5,000 gallons of water and neon paints and so forth for the entertainment section. We have dance competition, we have singing competition, you know, we have different kind of games that will be on stage for that day. So there are giveaways, cash giveaways as well, and other fabulous stuff. You have drinks and so forth. And we are
Is it
partnered
a
with Bowling and
family
Going.
event or is it adults only?
It's family because, for instance, we have the big inflatables in the water and the big ball, and so you could take a family. We'll have finger foods, a lot of finger food, kebabs and so forth on sale. So what we do is we encourage people to take their beach chairs, and while you enjoy the music, you can also be in the water and have some fun as well.
There are going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be crowded. I mean, I think probably, even from perception-wise, San Pedro is probably the #1 destination for Easter. But talk to me about security, feeling safe.
Okay. So yesterday we met with the officer commanding the Coastal Executive Unit, and he has a plan of action that he have shared with us, where there will, during the Easter and other holidays, they increase more boots on the ground. My understanding from him is that they are getting additional personnel to support the staff in San Pedro. What happened is that during the Easter we get a high influx of people coming in. And we get a lot of Belize City people, Orange Rock people, and even these DJs have their own followings. And so they will be doing searches. They'll be doing spot checks for on the boat. The Coast Guard will be out there.
Checking them on the boat for
firearms and illicit substance. So the security personnel will be heightened. We are getting the support from the Belize Coast Guard. So they will be on the waters. The Port Authority will ensure that vessels are coming in with the limited amount of people on the boat. We find out that people fight to get on the boat sometimes because they feel like the island will run away, but, you know, and so forth. But we all have to ensure that the safety component is a part of it. And yesterday we met with the officer commanding, and he assured us that from the police perspective, it seems that everything should be okay.
We just had the traffic department leave from here. I've heard that traffic, I've not been to San Pedro for Easter ever, which is probably criminal, but...
I don't know why.
We won't tell him what he's missing out on.
But in terms of parking, I mean, is there special accommodations being made? Because you're going to have a lot of people focusing on this area. Is there going to be additional parking?
So we always advise people to use our public parking. We have a public parking that is just 3 minutes walk from the Central Park. Somehow people don't like to use it. They want to drive. They could drive on the beach.
Where
they would drive
is
on the
this
beach.
public parking?
Right across where we do the Costa Maya Festival.
Oh, yes.
Which is, it's center of town, right next to the artisan market area. And so
you don't like walking? You don't want to walk in San Pedro?
You walk the beach.
When you go to, I always
Get
say when you
some
go
sand
for
between your
instance, when you
toes.
go to Merida, sometimes you have to walk 6 blocks from the nearest
In
parking lot.
Playa.
In Playa.
You can't drive on Quinta. You have to walk.
Wow.
So we encourage people to use these parking areas. There is ample parking around Belize Bank, around the football, the downtown football field. There is ample parking, and we encourage them to. One of the things we encourage people to do is not to drink and drive. It's hard to control it in San Pedro.
Even in golf carts.
Even in golf carts. We get the impression, people go to San Pedro, get the impression that, oh, it's a golf cart, it's not a vehicle.
Yes.
But it can be very dangerous. It's easy to flip. So what we do is encourage
Easy to
people
fall out as well.
to have designated drivers.
You know, I wanted to talk a bit about the demographics of who's going to be on the island at this time. This is actually part of the peak season for the foreigners coming in. And then you also have a lot of Belizeans traveling out there. Who really makes up the majority of the Easter weekend?
Belizeans.
So it's still predominantly Belizeans.
Belizeans make a lot of our...
And the tourists just get to watch the fun.
Well, the tourists join in the fun sometimes. That's up here. Find out that a lot of the tourists, when they come to Belize, they have pre-booked events that they would want to do. Especially when it comes to Easter. you'll find out that they want to go do Blue Hole, they want to do these different trips. You'll find out that they will come into town in the evening, but during the day they're out diving, they're out snorkeling, they're out doing beach barbecue in the little isolated beach areas, and you'll find out that the Belizeans get to enjoy this. And what we do is the council have always encouraged these types of events free of charge, so that we can promote local tourism on the island.
Excellent.
We try to, our competition, we always say, is not no destination in Belize. Our competition is Cancun, our destination is Playa del Carmen and Chetumal. So we have to ensure that our Belizeans can come to the island and enjoy our island as well. And that is the reason we do these events free.
And so the Easter Weekend Party Palooza is a free event
It's
for
a free
families.
event.
You will have to purchase food and drinks, but the entertainment is provided.
Look, I always say with San Pedro, you can go and get a nice hotel for $150 Belize. You can get a nice room, 3 persons to a room sometimes, and your boat ticket is $45 round trip. You spend more than that money going to Chetumal by boat.
Or this is when you make sure you have friends all over the place. If you have friends, you can sleep on their floor, man.
And I tell you, sometimes people go, they go on the last boat, they party, they plan out their entire event, they go and go to these events, then go to the club. The club closes at 4. They go and eat and have breakfast because restaurants are open by 4:35.
Of course.
And they take the first boat and back to Belize.
Yeah, man. They wait Estelle's till it opens and then go for breakfast. But let's talk about this lineup one more time. I gotta say that I love that you're speaking about DJs coming out of Miami, and that's a great exposure. But we have our Belizean artists lined up as well. We see Deja, TY, Diane Songs.
And these are top entertainers from Belize. So we try to incorporate our Belizean entertainers so that they could share the stage with these and have these type of international exposure as well. We have Casanova. We look at higher level songs which are from San Pedro. We include our popular female DJ in Belize.
DJ Debbie.
I call them DJ Debbie and the Jaganeers. Right? We have from Corozal DJ Dev, fire starter songs from Belize City. So you notice that we have a combination of different DJs from all over the country. Casanova from Dangriga, he has his own following. So you'll find out that we try to incorporate a lot of our Belizean DJs as well.
So will you tell me about the black bottle service that's available at Nook?
Yes. So
this is pretty fancy for an Easter party.
So the event is smack in the middle of some restaurants and so forth. And Nooks has partnered with us. So if you need to use a restroom and so forth, we have different restaurants that have decided to open their bathrooms for the general public. With Nooks, it's a VIP area. And so you pay a given fee and you have all these services. And you get, if you have 2 packages. So if you get the smaller packages, you get the smaller package, you get 1 drink, complimentary drink there. And you're still there and up front, almost in front of the stage, right? And if you get the second service, you get several other amenities that comes with it.
Including champagne.
Including champagne.
All right. So
that I like to Kevin.
Yeah, for the lawyers, right? That's exactly. Jorge, I think we all know that San Pedro will be inundated with Belizeans ready to have a great time. And so this is one of the things that they can definitely look forward to. Once again, it's Holy Saturday, Easter Sunday, on the beach side, from Cholos all the way up to Mayan Princess. And there's a stellar lineup. There's water party, foam party, color, paint, and powder. So it sounds like it's going to be a wild time.
Of all of the packages I've heard about so far, in terms of a party package, this is taking the cake right now.
So it sounds like he'll have his first San Pedro Easter experience.
I invite everyone. We want to take this opportunity to invite our Belizeans to visit San Pedro. Take advantage of the opportunity of enjoying Belizean artists with international artists. Take the opportunity of the Easter holiday and visit your country. I always say, spend your dollars at home, it makes the economy more stronger. Sometimes we travel to Chetumal, we travel to Mexico, and we say, oh, you could stretch your money there, but you end up spending even more.
Yeah.
You know, and you spend more, and the economy, you drained out the economy when you do that. Yeah. I look at the statistics from Chetumal, just from Quintana Roo, and you look at 2 million visitors from Belize alone every year. So it means that Belizeans, on an average, you visit Chetumal at least 3 to 4 times a year if you look at population-wise. Yeah. And when you look at Kevin, for instance, haven't been to San Pedro for years, right? So we want to invite him for Easter. So you look at those statistics. So you want to keep the Belizeans here at home.
Yeah.
And we make these investments to ensure that our Belizean, you can't say, oh, we're going to San Pedro and they know nothing they happen at San Pedro. There is always something happening there.
That I would not believe from anybody who comes back after Easter and tells me. And definitely we want to remind you that this is an event being done by the San Pedro Town Council in addition to other partners so that you can have a great time. Don't miss it if you're on the island. And even if you don't have a room, go out for the day, jump on a boat and come back afterwards. So that is once again on Holy Saturday and Easter Sunday in San Pedro. Jorge, thank you for being here today.
Can I thank my sponsors?
Of course you can.
Sure. I want to thank Banyan Bay, Banana Beach, Boyne and Boyne, which is Henneken and Belikin, the Belize Music Ambassador, Travelers, Tropicare, El Fogon, Elvis Kitchen, Belize, San Pedro Belize Express, and BTL, and the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Honorable Manuel Heredia, for partnering with us.
And thank you for coming in and giving us all the details.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead now and take that final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.